Hello and welcome back to Baxter's Grey Mad. I'm Tom. Today is the 27th of April and it's currently 19 degrees. Absolutely stunning out. Hasn't rained again for about a week, so, and I haven't managed to get up here in a week because it's been half term and I've been looking after my kids, and so the allotment looks a bit neglected at the moment. Lots of weeding to be done, having a look around. But a lot of the plants have survived, are coming on really well. For anyone that's new here or just stumbling across my YouTube channel, this is an allotment vlog. This is my journey of owning my first ever allotment. I got it in January 2025 and I've just been working on it a couple of hours a day. My main goals really is I'm trying to see if I can reduce my food bill. I currently spend about £30 to £40 a week on fruit and vegetables for a family of 5, and the idea of the allotment was to see if I can reduce my my weekly bill. I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to do the allotment on a budget. So all the beds that you see in the previous videos, I've got from pallet wood, compost bays and compost bins. Again, all reused timber from pallets. The green roof planter, again, all reused wood and nails. The only thing I've spent money on is a few bags of compost, some Hessian sacks for like £4, some raspberry plants and some screws, and that's about it. Right, so back on site today. Here's the pallet boards. They're 120 centimeters long, so I've got 4 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them together like this and make a sort of like an A-frame. I'm going to put some screws in the top for both of them. I'm going to put a piece of wood at the back to strengthen and support, and then they're going to go into place in this bed here, and I'm going to screw into either here, these anchor points here, and then into the compost bin there. Then I'm going to run a pallet board going across the top and 2 across the bottom, and I'm going to drill holes in each of them, and I'm going to tie some string around and then hopefully get my sweet peas in. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's crack on. So here's my A-frame in place now, and I'm screwing it into the compost bin and the edge of the bed, and then I've drilled, if you can see, I've drilled holes going along, and I'm going to put my feed string through there, through the top, back down at the bottom, and then I'm going to plant my sweet pea along the other side there, so it grows up on itself, so it grows up here. In the middle here I'm going to put spinach, and I've got some beetroot that I'm going to put in here as well. And then what else have I got? I've got some calendula, and I've got French marigolds that I'm going to put in as well. Yeah, just crack on. I've got my sweet pea trellis finished. The sweet peas have been planted. I've also planted in the middle a row of spinach, a row of beetroot, another row of spinach, another row of beetroot. Then I've planted my courgettes. And now I'm going to crack on and get this bed in here. Hi, welcome back. It's the next day. It got to 25 degrees yesterday. It's predicted to be 25 degrees today. Still in April. It got a bit hot in the day, so I decided to leave it for a bit after I planted my courgettes, broccoli, courgettes, spinach, beetroot. I give everything a good water. Now I'm wanting to get on and build sort of a raised bed, a higher raised bed for my carrots. I started building one side of it yesterday, but I ran out of the lengths of wood that I need, so I went today and got another pallet to do the other side, and then hopefully I can face it off with some shorter boards, and then I'm going to fill it with I'm going to line the bottom with wood chip. I'm going to get some horse manure for the bottom, and then I'm going to fill it with sand and compost for the top, because I know carrots don't really like a lot of fertile soil, but if I get enough horse manure in the bottom, hopefully it will have like rotten down. It's already a year old, it's already rotten down, it's already been rotting for about a year, so hopefully it will just add to the structure of the soil for next year, and then I'll rotate the bed for next year. But I might even plant some of my brassicas in there as well, maybe some cabbage. I've got some broccoli that I need to plant, but I'm a bit worried about planting them out at the moment because I need to get an insect net. I don't want them getting attacked by caterpillars and stuff like that. So I'm going to get on with this bed now, and then hopefully just give it a little bit of a tidy, and then I can start filling. I also need to weed some of these, weed some of my paths as well. Some of this stuff, I need to get rid of this mare's tail, so yeah, and then if I've got time I'll do a bit more weeding. But yeah, let's get to it. So here's what I got on with yesterday. This is the length of the pallet I've been using. I think 4 might be a bit too high. I've been looking online, it says carrots need about 30 centimetres in depth, but I wanted to go a little bit higher to stop the carrot fly, but reading online, carrot flies are weak flyers, and I've got no hedgerows or anything like that around here. I've got that one over there, but I think 30 centimetres, let me just zoom out a bit, 30 centimetres will be plenty, and then if needs be I'll have to put a net over the top. But yeah, I might remove this top board, put it onto there, and I've got some more boards to put on there, and then I'll get it all fixed in place. I'm looking at coming out to about here, but obviously the pallet boards weren't long enough, so I might just put some more on this side. Yeah. Right, came back a bit later. I ran out of time, and I need to go pick my kids up from school, so it's about 8 o'clock now, a bit cooler. So I finished the carrot raised bed off. It's not my best work, but as long as it holds and grows a carrot, I'm not really bothered. I filled the bottom with wood chip. I know carrots won't grow through wood chip, but all the wood chip basically is it's just to act as a mulch and to hold the moisture, and then I'm going to fill it with sand and compost, because carrots don't like stones or very fertile soil, so I don't want them splitting or becoming stunted. So I'm determined to grow carrots this year, absolutely. It's one thing I've never had any luck with. So I'm going to fill up another barrow with wood chip, and then I'm going to do my wood chip path next to it. So there you go, there's the wood chip at the bottom. It's not very deep, it's just enough to fill in the gaps, but eventually that will rot down, and then I'll fill it up with sand and compost, maybe some horse manure to save me some money. And now here I'm going to put my wood chip along here. That's the sunset. The horses are all away. Oh no, they're there. But yeah, gorgeous view. But yeah, getting sidetracked. So yeah, and that's about it really. Sun's going down. I'm just going to walk you around the allotment, see what's going on. Yeah, obviously, as you know, if you've been watching, these are my strawberries that I acquired when I first got the allotment. They're all in flower, so I'm going to get lots of strawberries off them. I've got these white pine berry strawberries off TikTok, got about 20 quid's worth, and they're the white variety. Tastes like pineapple, hence pine berry. And then these are my giant colossus that hopefully will produce some really big, fat, chunky strawberries. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's get some of the weeds out. And then I'm so happy the way these have turned out. So my allotment neighbour, she just came up to me and goes, she's told me off because I need to really be harvesting these bok choy now. They're getting to that size. She goes, if you let them grow anymore, they're going to get bitter. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. She also said I need to water it, but I have been watering. Watered yesterday and I watered today. But yeah, I've got my lettuces that I'm going to harvest this week. Take the leaves and my chard. And this is my compost bay, which I'm using it storage at the moment. Courgettes, planted them in, they're looking alright now. Sweet pea, spinach, beetroot. This is my onion bed that I planted a couple of months ago. And my chives absolutely look amazing. These are my chives. And then I've got my golden beetroot here. And then my radishes. Oh God, I've got all this mare's tail. And I've got my radishes that are coming up. All here. 2 rows of radishes. And then I've got some turnips. 2 rows of turnips, but I need to thin them out as well. And then if we go over, these are my first early potatoes. Royal Duke of Yorks up to here, and then I've got some, I think they're called Charlottes, something at the back. But these are a red potato, they're a white potato. The only issue I've got is this mare's tail is everywhere. I tried to root them up with a couple bags of compost, but they just came straight through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more horse manure, put some more horse manure on the top of these. It's been rotting for about a year, but if I can get my hands on it, I'll put it in the ground. The potatoes, my sunflowers are here. I'm going to act as a windbreaker for my raspberries. And then I've got in my Hessian sacks that I bought in compost. They're starting to sprout, so I might root them up. Not in any in this one, not in that one. And yeah, I'm getting some in that one as well, but this is wood chip in that one. Same with them there. Bimeweed everywhere, which I don't want. I need to weed this bed again. I only weeded this bed last week, but I don't know what's going on. More strawberries. Look at this. Oh, this mare's tail. Just gonna have to just keep picking this. I need to get in this tomorrow and weed it all out again. Yeah. Rhubarb is in here. Under here. Keep that there. And bimeweed just going nuts everywhere. And thistle there. So I'll be getting in this bed again sunflowers in here. This is going to be my brassica bed. So broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, stuff like that. And this bed and that bed, I've just put a sheet over that bed because it's just full of weeds. So I'm going to use the weeds as a fertiliser to plant. But yeah, like stuff like Brussels sprouts and stuff, all going in here. I've got some French marigolds, well I might put in here. I've got some calendula at home. I've had a bit of a nightmare with my Rebecca and my Verbena because I forgot to take the lid off them today. And with 25 degrees, I forgot to take the lid off my IKEA plastic box, and it's been like an oven and they've basically cooked and shriveled up, and I've lost half of them, so that's annoying. But I'll see if I can rescue the other half, but we'll have to see. But I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Put the wood chip in now just to get rid of any weeds, but also it's just to keep the slugs away as well. There's what, these onions and the turnips, radish. This is the best time of the on the allotment, is the watering. Water them sweet pea, spinach, and beetroot. Bit of a mix and match video this week, but yeah, thank you for watching, and like, comment and subscribe if you want to follow my journey even further on my first ever allotment. Thank you, bye.